if I was to ask you, name some of the richest African Americans you know, what would come to your mind would be entertainers and athletes. That's pretty much what would come to your mind. Entertainers and athletes, right? That's what comes to our mind in terms of wealth in the black community. So those are the two areas in which we have done well. I have so much to say on that. Oh my goodness, but we got to try to keep it straight. Those two areas, those two areas are which we find most of our wealth. But most people have never heard of Robert Smith. I believe he's the richest African American in the country. Net worth is upwards of $9 billion. But we don't know him. So a look on the top 10 richest black Americans will see mainly athletes and entertainers. Oprah is there, Jay-Z, Michael Jordan is there, Tiger Woods is there. But who most of us would probably not recognize is the number one richest black American, Robert Smith. Robert Smith, who founded Vista Equity Partners, a private equity firm that invests in software companies. We've never heard of him. Why is that? We've heard of Warren Buffett, right? Most of the wealthy white people are not from sports and entertainment, right? Most of the wealthy white people, Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Warren Buffett, the Koch brothers, most of them are from business and we know them, right? Yeah, they're white entertainers who are rich and white sports athletes who are rich, but that's not who leads the pack. And that's also not who speaks for them, right? When you go to the elites of the white community, you know who speaks for them? The politicians, the business people, the scientists. That's who speaks for white community. Ex-presidents, that's who speak for them. When it comes to our culture, the people who are richer we know are going to be athletes and entertainers. So they will go and interview an athlete and an entertainer. Who cares what they think? I mean, to be honest, those are not the thought leaders, right? They're good in that sphere, right? So why am I saying this? Well, I'm saying this because it affects our subconscious mind. So imagine a young, impressionable child, black child growing up and see that the only people in the black community apparently who have money and have any type of wealth is an athlete or entertainer. So they're bouncing a ball or they're singing and dancing or they're funny. I mean, that's crippling to a young, impressionable mind. And the other thing about it too is that because when you look at the other side of the fence, a little white kid growing up can look at all the possibilities. I can become the next CEO. I can start a business. I can invent something. You know, you watch the show Shark Tank. Most of those people coming to Shark Tank are white people. They had this idea in their garage. They invested some of their money from their 401k. They cashed out their 401k and they invested, and they got a patent, and they are selling online, and they're trying to get $200,000 for 5% of their company. These are white people with entrepreneurial spirit because they have not been shackled with the idea that only athletes and entertainers are wealthy people. The other thing that bothers me about this narrative is this. You can listen to Elon Musk, Mark Cuban, and you can read their books and they can tell you about their journey in terms of, I did 9 other businesses that failed before I bought the Dallas Mavericks or whatever. And you can kind of learn from it, right? These people who have generational talents What can LeBron tell you to help you get to where he is? Really nothing, right? Work hard. Or what can Kobe tell you? Work hard. Yeah, work hard. After you have a natural athletic ability, make sure you got the right genetics as well. Okay, because that's really foundational. Yeah. So it's not reproducible. What is Jay-Z going to tell you? How to become one of the world's best rappers? It's not reproducible. They're one and done. They can't help you. The only thing you can help them by giving them your time and your money. That's why I don't really. That's why I'm not really into the rap and the entertainment and sports, because I think it does a real disservice to the children, right? Because what they don't show you is all the kids who waste their time trying to reach the professional level and never made it, right? The streets are littered. Walmart, Target is littered with ex potential pro athlete. It's terrible, So, but now, when you look at the other side, so the athletes and entertainers can't tell you anything to do to follow their footsteps. But the business people, the investors, right? Warren Buffett can tell me, I can learn from Warren Buffett. Invest in the S&P 500 like in VOO continually, up and down continually, and I'll create wealth. That's reproducible, right? I can learn from Mark Cuban. You only have to be right one time. Your other 8 businesses might have failed, but the 9th one, that's going to be the home run. Can't learn anything from, what am I going to learn from Mike Tyson to be the world's best boxers? You can't. But this is where our children spend all their time and effort, wasting it, watching it, and getting nothing in return. You can't buy any stocks in the NBA or in the NFL, right? So I believe our children are done a disservice by when they think of wealth, they think of entertainers and rappers. No, start thinking of themselves. Start thinking of their neighbor. Start thinking of their father and their mother. My father's wealthy. My father's investing. My mom is an investor. I'm an investor. That's the mentality you want to have. I am an investor. I'm an owner. I don't have to be an athlete, and I don't have to be an entertainer. Okay? Again, this is another episode in our series on Black wealth, trying to increase our financial IQ, teaching our children so we can break the cycle of generational poverty. MD Investor out.